Hello. My clap may or may not picked up. Who knows? Welcome to the Exotic Podcast, number 7. Here we have a guest with us today because that's what we do. A guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, what up? My name is Jacob. I've been friends with Tim for about 3-4 years, I'd say.
I don't know.
During high school, we've been friends,
remember.
and
I
just
care.
finally got back onto.
Shut up.
Talking to him. Oh, dang it!
You're not
It's
interesting.
not apparently obvious Tim woke up 10 minutes ago because he forgot about our recording today, so if he seems a little groggy, he's trying.
No. I didn't forget. I overslept my 2-hour nap.
Fair enough.
Alright. Nuclear warfare, right? That's been the talk, the big topic for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. I didn't hear too much on it.
Remember a whole lot? Just a whole bunch of memes.
Yeah, I love the memes.
I have seen. Yeah.
There's some great memes, let me tell you what.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just the ones where it just says it's just the one where it's like an evil villain laughing in the captions just about how you're gonna release nuclear documents all over the world and shit like that. That's the ones that always are funny to me.
No, we're getting closer to nuclear warfare from what everyone's saying, which, who knows, if that happens, it's whatever, I guess.
I don't have to have a retirement fund, guys. It's literally less than ever. I don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have to pay taxes anymore.
No taxes.
No taxes.
I did that shit for the first time
right
a couple months ago, and let me tell you what, that was not a fun process. Alright, I was just sitting there with the papers and my phone. I'm just like, I hate this. I just want to commit tax fraud. I shouldn't even pay my taxes. I hate this.
Do what you do all the time. Have your girlfriend pay your taxes.
He's considering it.
Don't consider it. Don't.
I'm considering it. It's considering. It's considered. It's gonna do.
He's just,
Oh man,
news. Girlfriend of a YouTuber commits tax fraud.
Oh, don't we all?
YouTuber Exotic Mr. Panda caught for $3 trillion worth of tax fraud. Mr. Exotic, do you have a statement?
In my defense, anime titties.
No, you should have just said taxes suck, and that's all you should have said. That's the whole interview.
No. You know, I have a valid reason. It's anime titties, all right? I have to get the nice life-size 5'3" sculptures of them just doing this.
You have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You have bitches.
Right in front of me, I have a naked anime poster. Okay, it's right there. Granted, I did put tape on it. I put tape on the tape because it's a fabric type of poster. But granted, I've had this for a very long time. I've had this for.
Washing machine.
You're gonna have people in the comments going, "Yo, show poster? Question mark?
Yo, show poster? Yo,
He's gotta
show
put it in the
poster?
wash first. Get all the stains out of it.
There's no stains on it. Not. It hasn't been in the jar yet. Okay.
God, no, not the jar. No, not that stupid meme.
Tim, you can't make these jokes anymore. You've evolved past them.
No, I haven't.
I
haven't. Listen, I get bitches left and right now, but I still resort to my old self. Be like, aha, I like anime porn.
You sure the correct term for that is
back to the topic of nuclear warfare.
Yeah.
Wait. How did we go from that to that? How did we go there? How did that work?
Jacob, welcome to the Exotic Podcast.
I guess so.
Nothing stays aligned.
Anyway, speaking of nuclear warheads and shit, has anyone played Atomic Heart yet or anything?
I have.
I have seen a lot of things about it, but I haven't.
The only thing I've seen is just those damn twins. That's all that clips are being posted about.
I've seen
it sells
nothing about about
it
it.
sells games.
Yeah, I was about to say, if it sells copies of it, then it sells, man.
Hell yeah. I appreciate the Soviet aspect because why not? It's fun to kick the ass of the Soviets again, as always.
True. Like always, especially with what's going on right now.
Exactly. Soviet Union making their big comeback, guys.
Oh man, it's not going to be the same anymore. You know, when Stalin was running the Soviet Union, that's when we were like at peak times in the world. Okay, but with Putin, he just can't run the Soviet the same. You know, he like at this point he's just got like a cult terrorist group that's just has formality. All right.
Yeah, we just gotta wait until he gets assassinated by some dude, and that dude will take over with his KGB, and we'll have a good, honest Soviet Union again.
This is the plan, all right? We go find Stalin's grave. You know, we find his remains. We take what little DNA we can find of him, and we extract it. We extract it, okay? And we bring him back to life. We make a new version of him, but we somehow are able to put his old memories into this new form of him. So, you know, we bring him back, then we assassinate Putin, and then we're like, lo and behold, Stalin, and then we're labeled as some of the worst people on this planet.
But
I think that's a good idea.
But hammer and sickle.
Oh. Those fucking memes where people just throw a hammer on a sickle and it just like, oh, shit. Oh my god. All I heard from Tim was just Stalin, resurrect Stalin, resurrect Stalin. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Frankenstall.
Alright, bomb shelters.
Oh, real quick.
Let's see, where do we have a couple? There's a couple at the military base. I think there's even one for, like, the president, if he's ever up here in northern Michigan.
I'm pretty sure the White House has, like, a seat. Like,
wasn't there something in one of the elementary schools?
Yeah, Ella White's got one.
Yeah, I've heard that many times.
Yeah, because they were built back when, like, the nuclear, like war shit type thing were, like,
yeah,
most, like, common
Cold
to happen.
War.
So they built those, yeah.
In the Cold War.
Shit was popping off.
Yeah, so they built those, and then since the buildings are still old, they leave the bunkers there, but nobody touches them, really.
Yeah, exactly. So all you have to do is break into Ella White and fucking open that bitch up.
Ultimate setup, there you go. Build your setup down there. You got the perfect Wi-Fi.
I would like to go under the high school, though. I've heard that there is...
Yes.
Dude, I wonder if you could ask them if you could totally do that. Like, you could just explore it and shit like that.
Okay,
there you go,
guys.
video.
So I've researched the tunnels, and I will present my data accordingly.
Okay. Oh my god.
So this all started senior year. It was like 5th and 6th hour, right? Construction tech, and we were putting new shelves in the band room. And I had a flashlight, one of those portable DeWalt flashlights, and I got bored, and I was going to put the garbage cart back in the thing, and I was like, you know what? There's always rumors of tunnels under this building, and there's a doorway in the boiler room that goes underground. I wonder if it's open. So I climbed down this ladder to this door. You know, there's like a desk down there and just dirt. Like, undisturbed.
That's the detention room. You've been a bad boy. You're rejected. Get out of here.
Go to the tunnels.
So there's like a door, and this door doesn't look like it's been opened in 60 years. You know, I'm like, gosh, this bitch is probably locked. No, it's open. It's good. I opened the door, and in it there's a room, and the room is about as wide as one of the high school hallways. It's got like a couple desks and some random like old football bullshit, and then there's a chain wall, like a fenced wall, and beyond that is an entire locker room down there of like old school wooden lockers, like shit from the 60s. So, and those tunnels extend all under the building. There's access points all over it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I seriously wonder if we could go
you can get underground.
I would love to do that.
There's another door. I think it's somewhere in F house. You can open that.
The problem is according to the sources I've heard, like you're only allowed down there during like major like tornado warnings, like if you're in the gym or something, or what was it? Someone said that like the same sort of tunnels used to be under the old middle school, and they wanted to go down there as like a class to go view architecture, and the school system wouldn't allow it because of all the asbestos. So I'm assuming the same sort of principle would apply. They wouldn't let anyone down there because asbestos poisoning, possibly.
Well, we should get some like gas masks, and we should talk to the school if like, hey, can we go down here?
Honestly, I want to like go to City Hall and ask them for like the blueprints of the building.
That'd be actually kind of cool, because then you
Like,
could just study them and then just see like what rooms exist and shit like that.
Yeah, I actually have video that I took down there.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Do you want me to send them through Discord and Tim can share them? Because Tim knows how to share without our voices going over. Tim, is that cool with you?
Yeah. He's regretting what he just said there. He's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you could send it to me, and then I can just edit it into the video.
No, you guys gotta react to this.
Well,
This is like
I
the
can
first confirmed.
I can watch it on my own, just how I have it set up right now. Myself can't.
Well, we gotta share this with the.
Yeah. I'll watch it, but I'll also, put it into, save it, edit it, Yeah.
Alright.
Have someone say like someone go,
simple part.
Have someone just go, oh, and this is the footage now, and it just cuts to the footage. There you go. Just cut away.
No, it's good.
Cringe, I know.
Yeah, very cringe, El Cringe. You fucking hit him with that. Oh no, El Cringe.
No, El Cringe. No, oh no, El Cringe.
I know, it would be very cool to go down there.
It would be. Like, I feel like that would be a perfect video. Just
I feel like
possibly
if you talk to the right staff member, you would be able to go down there. We would be able to do that. It's just a matter of which one do we talk to? Which one actually likes us?
Who would actually like us and allow us to go down there? It's like I feel like the janitor would be like the best bet, but I know he probably doesn't have the authority to do that.
Okay, so even funnier part, I forgot to mention this, Tim. I can't send them through Discord. I'll send them to you later through Snapchat.
Okay.
But I was like climbing out of the tunnels, and one of the janitors was like, "Hey, what were you doing back there?" And I was like, "I was looking for a broom." I'm almost 100% sure he thought I was doing drugs. Guaranteed, he thought I was like.
No, janitor, I was not doing ketamine.
like bro
he just pulls out a
thought
flashlight, checks your pupils, like,
I'm
no, he's
fine.
He was cool. He was like, "Oh yeah, brooms are over there," and I'm like, "All right, thanks."
Wow, that was actually that could have gone a lot worse, but all right.
Dude, I was terrified, dude. I thought my ass was gonna get hauled down the officer and be like, "Son, what were you doing down there?" I was just fucking curious.
You should have just said you had crack. I feel like you could have made a new friend right there.
He would have been like, "All right, you still got some?"
Yeah, I was like, "Hey,
just give him the pile of asbestos I found down there, and just
it's
dies."
Like, mix the asbestos with the dirt and just call it like a new substance of like whatever you call
dude,
it.
this is the turbo shit, dog.
So we know how to
Like,
make money in Florida now. We just buy a bunch of asbestos, sell it as drugs. People
you
will
don't
buy
need
it
to
down
buy
there.
This is just like get a stack of old books.
Is that like
and
a
just
fucking
start
new
buying
drug or something?
No, it's Florida people. They'll do anything.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. If the Florida man sees something that he can turn into a drug, he'll do it. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, God forsakes.
All right. I say we move on to high school stories now.
Wait, real quick.
Well, oh no, wait. I haven't finished my tunnel thing.
Okay, you finished your tunnel thing.
So, I talked to a lot of people, like not faculty. I mean, I asked a couple teachers. Fuck you, Tim. I talked to you. All right, I was your only friend in fucking health class. Don't forget that.
I had other people that I knew.
Shut up. No, you didn't.
Yeah, you did.
So I basically went on an entire like research of the high school's history to see if I can find any pictures of the tunnels. There's not a single photo that exists of anything down there whatsoever.
That's weird.
Oh.
I have combed every single physical yearbook and digital yearbook I could find. Nothing. Nothing mentions them, not even the old like building pictures, like when they first constructed the place. Nothing. It is complete, like no one knows. I've heard multiple rumors from people that there's like deep underground, there's like a military testing site down there, something like that.
Whoa.
I don't know if that's true, but
That-
it'd be funny if it was.
That doesn't
That's
seem
kinda
true.
cool.
That does.
It
Um,
doesn't, but like,
That deep under a
Considering-
high school, nah.
yeah.
Um,
Conspiracy
One
theory
one
right
kid
here.
said that there was an old shooting range down there that's been flooded since.
That's actually. I feel like I could kind of believe that, but
The old
Yeah.
American class was gun class, and as
Yeah.
you could tell,
Well,
that
that's a
there was a
separate class,
reason why
gun
that was
safety.
removed.
I have a 80-some page document of every single picture I found of the high school from like the 60s all the way up until like the 90s.
holy
Like
cow.
any picture I could find of the building, and there's
Then
some pretty
compare-
weird differences.
Compare that to
Um,
what we know of the high school today, just based on our memory of going there like every day. Like that would just be like such a drastic. Just to look at the pictures and then just try and compare it to your own mind is just fucking crazy to think about.
Yeah, here, let's see, can I pull up the document?
We're gonna download the document, and the first image is just gay furry porn. He's just like, "Gotcha, bitch ass."
Oh no!
It's a goofy
I don't
ass-
want to be rickrolled like that. I don't
Oh
like
god,
that.
no! You just gave it an idea. Gay Rick roll furry porn.
Oh no!
I'm never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up.
I don't know.
Jesus.
How does gay furry porn sound like? I don't watch it. I think that's what it
I
sounds
don't
like.
know.
I'm not an expert.
Like I know a friend
Bullshit.
who's seen too many of those Rick roll type shits. Like it's supposed to be something funnier, but it's like gay furry porn. So I think he knows maybe.
Oh boy. So, no, I was also told that there's a couple rooms down there under like the gymnasium, like really big rooms full of like old tech and stuff, and I would really love to go down there and just
Oh.
salvage all of it.
If that would be actually kind of interesting to see if you could
Yeah,
just salvage it without them knowing.
I wish. If
There
they
you
ever
go,
go
and
in,
then just sell it for like $100.
if they ever go and like tear down that building, I will break into a construction site and go.
He and Tim would join you.
Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
man. All right.
Aren't they supposed
So-
to be reworking on the high school or something like here
I
soon?
heard
Uh,
they were.
They're supposed to be
Yeah,
like
summer,
adding shit. Oh man,
Probably.
we
So
have
I
to
got
try.
the document pulled up right here. What was
Yeah.
it?
Dude.
I was just saying we have to try finding a way how we can get ourselves down there. So that'd be really cool. And even
That
if
would be
it's
really would.
even if we can't record it, it'll
It would
it'll
just be
still
fun
be
to
cool
explore.
to for the experience. But it
Right.
would be something
So-
cool to record.
I got the document pulled up here, and I'll share it with Tim here in a second. But what was it? Oh, the first picture on here when I was scrolling through the yearbooks, they complained about the locker size in 1967.
Oof.
Oh my god!
I'm not even kidding.
Imagine if they saw the lockers that we have today, especially when people are being forced to use them if they
Oh,
don't have
man.
to like
They would
strap
have
bags and shit like that.
they
Oh
would
my
have a
God.
seizure. They
No,
would-
no,
they
no,
would
I'm
die.
not kidding. There's a picture here from their yearbook, and it says underneath it, lockers for the very thin.
Oof.
Oh my god!
1967.
That is
That's sad.
odd.
That's sad. So it's good to know the high school never had good taste in lockers.
Yeah, that was always like amazing.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I could share this with Tim. Tim, what about your email? What you sent it? Here.
If you go through Discord, I
found
believe I sent you it.
There you go, Tim. You can look at it too. Or you
Whoa.
can present it to the good audience, and they can see exactly what our garbage high
Present
school
it
used
to the
look like.
class.
Yeah, I'll go through it. I'll find some interesting stuff. I'll put little clips of it somewhere.
And see, Tim, this is what I hate. You can't just present it to the people right now. You have to go back and edit this bullshit. Fuck you.
He's got to do an editor's commentary. All right, guys. So here's the first picture.
Oh shut! Oh man. No.
Tim, we literally perfected how to
Next
show
time
this stuff
we
last
record a podcast, I know
No.
I know what to do next time, because it'll hit me all of a sudden like, oh shit, if I do this, this, and this, then everything will be fine.
And what the fuck did you do? Forget the order of sequence?
And no, I didn't realize I could pop out the Discord call until yesterday. So when I did that, I was like, oh, that's neat. And then now I did that to help record since there's an extra person. And I'm just sitting there and be like, since this is popped out as its own window, I can just select this and record this as a window, and then I can go on my PC and do whatever the fuck I want, and it'll still be recording just this window. So I could have been looking at anime women, but no, I'm looking at you guys, which is not fun.
God damn it, Tim! I swear to God, this is the production value we have. About 3 McChickens, a pack of fucking Delta 8s.
1 big chicken for each of us.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Oh God! All right. On the topic of high school, okay. Do we have any really good high school stories?
Oh my God! I feel like between the 3 of us, I feel like we can come up with at least like 17 or something.
We'll go one at a time. Tim, you start us off.
Jacob, do you remember Mr. Skiba's class?
Yes, that's what I was gonna bring up too on my end.
I think most of our stories are gonna be coming from that class alone.
Because it was so funny, dude.
Oh man, Mr. Skiba was a cool ass teacher. He was so chill.
Still is. Before I left the school, he still was an amazing teacher.
No,
I even told him I was leaving, and he was like, "Yo, dude, I hope you have a good." Hope you can make it and and do well. I'm like, holy shit, Skiba's a cool teacher. All the other teachers said fuck you to me.
And you know what happened? That was Mr. Skiba's way of telling me to go fuck yourself because you're doing shit in life.
I guess so, goddamn. Anyways, back to what you were saying.
Oh man, the time I want to bring up is when I was a Pope.
Oh my God, during that assignment where we had to, oh yeah, you're right. Oh my God.
I still have pictures, of me dressed up as a Pope back in the day. When I used to listen to everyone's sins, they would be like, "Oh, Father," and I'll be like, "Oh, my child, what has you down today?" And the child comes up to me, and they're like, "Father, I ran over my dog. What do I do?" And I look at them and I tell them to go castrate yourself.
Oh my God. To castrate them just because they ran over the dog.
No, you gotta castrate the dog. What's left of him?
Dude, I remember that assignment because I wasn't there when we first started talking about it and assigning shit. So when I showed up, I literally was just wearing my normal clothes, and then everyone was wearing fancy outfits and shit. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, that was kind of depressing. You were just looking like a whole ass bum, and everyone was like, "Oh, my $1 million business. Hey, my $1 million. I just got $2 million yesterday from my business after getting And then you're just over there. Hey, just got back from my job from Pizza Hut. How you guys doing? What the fuck are we doing?
It did not work.
No. He's the time drunk. That's why you look like that.
Yeah, I showed up to school drunk because I was just annoyed by.
Yeah, you were just like,
Oh, motherfucker.
I didn't have a choice if I wanted to dress up or not. As soon Mr. Skiba already had that Pope outfit ready, and as soon as I became Pope, he was just like, "Hello, son. You are now the father.
You are now the chosen one."
Oh no!
I can't remember. Did you have a hat that was super tall? And my God, yes.
The old. I'll put. I'll edit a picture in. But,
No, don't just send it to him.
No, Jacob has seen it though. He knows
I've
exactly
seen
what
it.
I'm
I
talking
remember
about.
what it looked like. It's like the classic Pope outfit you've ever seen.
The funny thing is, Caleb was trying to remember who you were yesterday, so I sent him a picture, and it was one. It was one of the Pope pictures of just all of us.
Let's go, dude.
Oh man.
Pretty sure. I remember Caleb. Every time we'd come to school that morning, we would walk in, and it'd just be like Caleb would be sitting at the table, and then Tim, you would also be sitting there, like bringing your lunch, and I would just show up at that time.
Or going through Yu-Gi-Oh
right.
cards. Oh man.
Yeah.
Back in the day when me and my cousin would just go through Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the morning. You're like, all right,
Oh my god.
here's the deal. We're gonna do business, all right. I hate how that fucking bastard moved because I have a lot of business to do with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and the one person that I would do business with is fucking gone. Ugh.
Dude, I was never into Yu-Gi-Oh or anything, but I'm into Pokemon. Like that shit's fun.
I've been into Yu-Gi-Oh since I was a little lad. I remember some of my
Since
first
I was a wee
Yu-Gi-Oh
lad.
cards. I'll be like, I'll just pop out the womb, and be like, ah, blue eyes, white dragon.
You were in the womb and you were just like collecting the blue eyes white dragon type shit. Like,
I place this card in attack position, and I exit the womb.
you had to
Oh,
play a whole deck of cards to exit the womb.
I had to
Oh,
be Yukimoto himself in order to be birthed.
Oh my god.
all right. Back on high school stories.
These are still high school
Then-
stories, okay? My birth was during high school.
I don't
alright.
give a shit.
My mother
Details
was at
fast,
least
please.
16 years pregnant.
Oh god.
Jesus.
This
All right,
baby's got full set of
so-
teeth, full head of hair.
All right, so one of my favorite high school stories has to be shooting myself with a nail gun.
Oh my god. I remember you told us about that. Oh my god. Yeah, you were in that woodworking class.
All right, I'll explain it for the good audience. So, it was freshman year of high school, I think. And we were building dog houses in my geometry construction class, and I was nailing a door frame together, right? And me and my wisdom, I was holding the nail gun crooked. I didn't know that. I thought it was perfectly parallel. You know, I go to shoot the nail gun, and I'm holding the two pieces of wood together with my hands and clamping them, and I go to shoot the nail gun, and I'm like, ow. I felt something. What was that? And I go and I pick up my hand, and the whole door comes with me, and I'm like, oh, nice. So I kind of just take the end of the door, and I go, wham, and I just ripped it out of my hand. And I kind of look down, and there's a real nice big hole in my hand, and there's blood coming out of it. So, of course, the first thing I do is I clamp my hand, and I'm like, well, shit, I need a Band-Aid.
You know damn well that's not the first thing you did. You saw that hole, you were like,
Damn, son.
Damn.
Nah, too
you were
much
like,
blood on my
finally, I get
face.
to fuck something.
Fuck you, Tim. So, okay, the best part about this story is that the 8th grade class was there to view the class to see if they wanted to take it.
God. So they just saw a
So-
guy running out of the room with a hole in his hand.
Oh shit,
Oh my
hand.
god.
Don't take
So-
this class.
So, no, you guys don't understand. So, my teacher's over here talking to these group of kids who are all in 8th grade about the class and why they should take it. I walk over, holding my hand as blood's kind of just dripping. And there's some kids who are looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. And I think some of them were like petrified. And he turns around, he looks at me and he goes, "What do you want?" And I'm like,
Oh.
"Where are the Band-Aids?" And he goes, "In the desk drawer." And I go, "All right, thanks." And so, you know, I hosed myself off. I slapped a Band-Aid on her and I called it a day.
Bro, what was
No,
that
some of those-
teacher's name?
Lawyer, Jason Lawyer.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Dude did not care. He was like, "Yep, you're injured. I don't care. Fuck you. Fuck you, child."
Yeah, dude. I had amp up math during that whole like thing, dude. I had amp up math, which was fucking I forgot her name already, and the other one. He was
Rosenbeck?
different. Yeah, that one, yeah. I had that one and the math
Luther?
teacher. And... No. It was like what was her
Grokey?
name? I think that was the woodworking one, Grokey, yeah, and then like the amp up math teacher that was like also down there. I can't remember
Oh,
her name.
Miss Spain?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I was in that class, dude. I think we didn't finish that class because that was during when COVID finally broke out. We were gonna do a catapult thing and we couldn't do it because COVID broke out, and that we all know how that went.
Oh yeah, my
Oh.
physics class. We were in the middle of building mousetrap racers, and the parts were still there when I showed up for senior year.
Oh my
That's
god!
great.
They were in a
Holy
box in a room.
shit.
And I was just like,
Crazy.
damn, never did get to rebuild these.
I was able to pass all of my classes thanks to COVID. They just passed everyone, and I was like, fuck yes.
You didn't pass me. What the fuck are you talking about?
They
What
passed
the
me. Oh my god.
Well, you had to
I
be
got
like
two.
above us.
I got 2 emails from 2 different classes that I failed because I didn't do one little measly online assignment. That's all. That's apparently the thing.
Well, if you were above a certain grade average, I think they just passed you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh my god.
Anything above an F, because I had like a couple D minuses, and they raised those, and I did jack shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Do we have any other high school stories?
Do we have any other?
Wake up.
Dude, we have a whole category.
I know.
to go
I know.
through.
We have a whole
Wake up,
catalog,
wake up,
which
it's
is-
your turn. Tell us a good high school story.
Let me think here. There was there's so many. Like, I think the most common thing that you would hear about story wise is all the fights that happened when we were at school.
Oh my god.
And there was,
Oh,
especially the one that with those 4 people, the senior and like the 3 freshmen, like that was one of the bigger ones that I remember. Because me and my friend Austin were walking away from it as it was happening. We see these 4 guys walk past us. They're all angry. I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on there. And we hear chairs and shit moving, and we hear, get him, get him. I'm like, ah, shit, we missed it, but we got to get to class. Fuck it.
No,
I have
man.
that video still, Tim.
Oh
3 of the different
boy.
angles.
Yeah,
I
there
remember-
were a shit ton of fights.
And there was a ton. I remember I got out of class and Diamante pulled me aside. He's like, watch this. And we were watching these 2 dudes standing arguing, and then one of them just threw a swing. And apparently it was so hard it broke his fucking nose. It was like it was just one powerful swing, it broke his nose. I was like, holy shit.
There was a small fight, but somebody pushed this bigger guy into the glass window, seeing into the library, and that entire thing shattered.
Yeah,
So
I
the
remember
guy
that.
that pushed the giant guy into the wall glass window had to pay for it.
Oh, let's go. Justice deserved. I remember I walked past, I was like, what the fuck happened to the window?
Yeah,
Everyone's
I
like,
remember
"Fight."
the
I'm
first
like,
time-
"Oh, dang it."
I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, oh, that was probably like one of the fucking janitors or something. Just, but no,
Yeah, I thought it
come
was
to
like a
find
janitor
out,
accidentally like was mopping furiously and
yeah, it was like,
the mop at
fuck
him.
this job.
Fuck this school, yeah.
I assumed some kid like pushed a table into it just to like go sit down, and they just
Or just-
yanked
There
the
was
table
also
and-
that. Just
Got
I
mad
thought
at
it
an
was.
assignment and threw something.
I thought it was like just some minor mistake, just like
That's
miswatching,
Ooh, that's-
you know.
I thought-
But no, it was a whole ass like,
brawl.
divorce.
Oh man, I got a good fight story.
Oh,
So
let's do it.
it was at lunch, right? Sophomore year, I think. Me and a bunch of my old friends, we were hanging out at a table because I didn't have any other friends at that lunch. And like the table, like almost adjacent to us, had a whole bunch of like sort of douchebag motherfuckers. And like their table was full, right? They didn't have any more seats. And this one kid who I guess always sat there wanted to sit down and couldn't because there wasn't any room. So we sat at the table like right across from him. And this dude was angry because he couldn't sit with his friends, I think. I don't know what happened, but I guess he turned around and he threw a thing of ranch at them, like an open
Oh.
thing of ranch.
Oh fuck!
Bro.
It's Spider-Man. Oh my god.
Creamy
Spider-Man when he's in the
Spider-Man.
lunch tray at Flash. Oh my god, it's the same thing.
Oh no. Okay, so then what happened is bro who got ranch splattered all over his back, dude stood up, turned around, and threw this kid into the table and told him to get the fuck out of there. Bro ran into the bathroom, dude. Like he bolted. And
Broski really
and-
had his tail between his legs.
oh, it was so funny. And the greatest part is that in unison, about 5 dudes got up from their table, fixed the table and chairs that they had messed up, and sat back down.
Oh my god.
And
that's
Aid came
fucking-
over just to make and Aid was like about to walk over, and then she saw them put everything back together, and she was just like, "Nah, it's fine."
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Jesus.
And I was just like, "Damn, You really could get away with some shit if you just
No,
don't fuck with anyone too hard.
yeah, no, you can. If you learn the loopholes in the high school, and if you become liked, you could get away with a lot of shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
Which is fucking absurd. Like, some of these teachers, kids, how much they will get away with. Like, let me tell you what, you'll know some of them were on some stuff, never got searched. They'll blatantly, like, have it open, like, one of the cops' kid, right? He was doing
God, yeah.
stuff, and obviously his dad knew, but didn't give a fuck.
Don't care. Yeah. Tim, do you remember the funniest moment that happened to us when we were in a bathroom?
Oh my god!
And we were. This was back when you were allowed to hang out in the bathroom. No.
No, Caleb, it was not an orgy. Don't get the wrong idea.
It was me, John, Diamante, and Tim, and I think
That sounds
someone else.
like
And
an
we were
orgy.
all in the bathroom just doing random
Orgy.
shit. Some of us were using the bathroom.
Yeah,
It was over in, like, I think E-House, like E-House bathroom.
Yeah,
lower.
it was around there, and we all had the fucking one Monster Mountain Dew energy drinks. What the fuck were they called?
Game fuels?
E-Fuels?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the
Game
G-
Fuel.
no,
Game
no, no,
Fuel.
no.
Game Fuel,
yeah,
Game
fucking
Fuel, yeah.
love
We
those things.
so we
They're
had
I
Game
want
Fuel.
one of those.
And the Game Fuel has a very nice scent to it. It's a stronger scent, but it's nice. So we just got from Campus Closet. We got a couple of those, and we went to the bathroom because a couple of guys needed to use the bathroom, right? So we were like, all right, let's just hold our peepees together. And
Let's go.
lo and
Council
behold,
meeting.
the cop comes in, and he comes in the bathroom, and he's like, "What you guys doing?" We're just like, "Oh, I'm using the bathroom," and it's like, it smells kind of fruity in here.
No,
As we hold our drinks, and the funny thing is, there was a kid in the stall, right? And vapes, they have that crackle pop sound to them, and you could hear that from the stall. And the cop goes over to the stall. It's like, "You doing anything in there?" No.
He's like, you hear
Okay.
a click, and you're like, no.
And it's just
Yeah,
like, okay.
we were sitting there, and the funniest part to me is just where he walks in. I was a little fruity in here.
Yeah, he made us empty our pockets too,
and then made us leave the bathroom. I'm like, bro.
and then we went outside, right? And we got this grand idea. We gathered a couple of people, and we all just stood in like a straight line facing the school, and we were just staring at the school. And a couple minutes
people
later,
were walking by, like, what the fuck are they doing? And then, like, some aides and people came out, like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're revolting.
yeah, a couple
Fuck the
minutes
school.
later,
That's bullshit.
people heard it come out and like, what the fuck is this? And we were just like, well, we can't stand now. What? Take it away, our freedom to fucking stand.
Yeah. I remember there was one controversial day. And I'm not trying to get too controversial with this, but I remember the flag march, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the last thing. Oh my god, dude.
Oh.
That thing. Ooh, that's a whole can of worms, dude.
That is.
I don't know if we
a
should
whole
discuss
Yeah,
that.
no,
I
that's
don't
all.
even know.
That's
a
like
little.
that's dead ass a whole political thing that just happened at our school.
I don't even think it's like really political. I think it's just the fact that people.
No, it got very political at the
It got
end
very
because it
political.
was. I'll scratch on this a little bit, but we're not going to talk into it. There was a bit of a flag incident that happened at our school. Somebody decided to wear a flag on their back, but it was the Confederate flag, right? People weren't.
No, Tim, you got your facts wrong.
I
talked
know
to
what
a lot of
happened.
people. I know it. So there was a kid, and he wore this sweatshirt for like 4 years straight. Like no one ever had a problem with him. And then his like
No,
last
it
year
wasn't
of
the
high school.
it wasn't the sweatshirt. That the,
So it
the
was?
switch the sweatshirt was a whole thing in itself. Because
Wait,
I know
am thinking the wrong
the
thing?
I know
No,
the
no, no,
no. I
hold
know
on.
the kid that had the sweatshirt. I know him and his brother. So we talked about it, and that was a whole thing in itself. The-
Yeah, isn't
I'm
that
pretty
what
sure-
sparked the whole thing?
Yeah. So what happened is he was wearing this hoodie, and a whole new batch of freshmen came in, and they were like, not to say like a hateful thing, but like they were those types of peoples that would always just assume you're wearing this to hate a certain group. So instead of them just immediately asking him, why he wore the hoodie, they immediately posted on Snapchat stories like, "Oh my God, they're letting this guy walk around with this, blah blah blah." So he gets in trouble and they take his hoodie, which then sparks him to make a group chat with like 20 people in it. And everyone was like, let's just bring flags. Let's do a march to show that we do not stand for this. So then everyone was showing up with Confederate flags. They literally just had printed paper of just the Confederate flag taped on their chest. And we did a whole like march. And I think it was like through the like morning hours of breakfast. And like right before the bell rang for first hour, like the teachers and everyone grabbed everyone who wore flags and like took all their flags and shit. And then there were people who were wearing the other types of flags and they took that. And then people were going like, it was just a back and forth between each group. It's just a big clusterfuck.
I don't know.
A lot of things happened, but I don't know if we should discuss any further.
Yeah, I think we should just leave it
a
at that.
lot of things happened. The situation's calmed down since.
Just gotta say, I'm glad I wasn't there when it happened. I'm glad I finished school when I did, because God, to be in that part of that situation, I would have like went to school. I would have had a noose in my one hand and
That's how it always was.
lighter fluid and a lighter in one hand. I would go and proceed to hang myself on top of the stairs. I would pour the gasoline onto myself and then light myself on fire.
Dude,
It was a little dramatic. But
I think the funniest memories I have was lunchtime at school, because I had the like. It sucks that Tim wasn't there, because if Tim was there, he'd be dying of laughter every day, because we had like Diamante, Destiny, Austin. No, you were in second lunch.
Well, which year are we talking
first
about?
lunch. I'm talking about the year when I was in gym, and when I walk out of the gym, I would see you at the lunch table sometimes.
Oh,
like you were at the tables by the
last
windows.
year of school. The last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait,
And
did I have lunch with any of you guys? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so, because I didn't see you anywhere. I think you either had lunch with Tim or you had third lunch. I can't remember.
I don't
And did
know.
we have lunch together? I don't think so.
Yeah, because I didn't see you anywhere in lunch.
Maybe. I think.
Because I had lunch with Truman and Brandon. I had him.
Oh,
I can't remember. I can't remember if we had lunch together, or if like I had lunch after you and we would meet up or talk, or vice versa. I don't.
Well, we hung out at breakfast all the time. That was the time we all hung out.
Yeah,
together.
but I know there was always a time during lunch where we would be able to talk, but I just don't remember.
Yeah, it was like intermission between lunches, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was that or like actual lunch, and we just didn't realize we had the same lunch until later on. We're like,
I don't know.
damn motherfuckers over there. Damn motherfuckers over there.
Yeah. But the funniest stories were when we would throw I think it was the worst things we've done is you guys remember the breadsticks you would get with the chicken tenders and shit like that.
Oh,
those
God.
hard ass pieces of bread.
Those disease-ridden things.
My friend got one that was so bad. It was like a fucking metal pole. Uh-oh. Philip's having an issue.
No, it's my cat.
Oh.
Whoa.
Anyways, so it was like as hard as like a metal pipe, and it was like you could throw it at a table, it wouldn't break at all. It was like so hard. We were just sitting there like, what do we do with it? So my friend grabbed it, and he's like not a football player, but he knows how to throw things. Like he can throw like frisbees and shit like that. He whips this thing across the whole lunchroom, and you could just see it arc over the lunchroom tables and hit a trash can. And then you hear this loud ass boom just echo through the lunchroom. Dude, it was so fucking awesome. And then one time someone threw a milk carton at someone. Oh my god, that was the worst thing.
Man.
Do you remember when people would throw the peanut butter cups on the high school?
Yes, dude, that shit was funny. We would be walking, and I think I would just like see a couple just sitting there. I'm like, oh hey, there's a peanut butter cup.
Yeah, who started that? We were able to find out who started that in our friend group, but I don't remember who.
Was it like a senior? I couldn't remember.
No, something's telling me it was like Hunter or something.
Maybe, actually, that makes sense. That would make sense, actually.
You know, the old classic Emosis. Before his music career, he vandalized with peanut butter.
Wait, you guys knew Hunter before this?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I only ever knew Hunter when he first started to work with me, and then we became homies.
I actually think I met Hunter through Brandon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
They look similar.
Yeah, you remember when we went to school and they had TP'd the trees for the senior prank and they put mustard in the fucking door handles?
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god!
I
Yeah, because they were the
remember
door.
that.
They're the door handles that you have to cup your hand in, and it's like a metal plate, so you can't see it. So when people would put their hands in, they would like, "Why do I have mustard on my hands?" They did it to every door. It's like because they locked the seniors out. They didn't want the seniors going in because I think last
Oh
year
my god,
seniors did some
guys.
stupid
Okay,
shit to the
hold up.
bathrooms.
Before we go any farther, when did you guys graduate? Because I graduated in 2021.
I left in 2021.
I finished
I think
school.
it was 2022. I left in 2022.
All right, Tim, when did you graduate?
I finished in January of 2022.
Okay, so you guys weren't there my freshman year when the best senior prank I've ever seen happen. It was the last year they were allowed in the building. Oh boy, did they do some shit.
What did
So,
they
does
do?
anyone have anything to say before I tell that? Or
No,
Is it
I
the
wanna hear
pigs?
this.
no? So my freshman year, I came into school one day and the entire library was saran wrapped. All the computers, all of the bookcases, the chairs, the whole library was saran wrapped. And I remember walking into the building and I saw like an aide and the librarian were just standing there going, bruh.
Like, what do we do?
They Vaselined an entire hallway.
Oh my god, that is beautiful.
And they Vaselined the entirety of Miss Rosenbeck's room.
Oh my god!
Which is why they wouldn't let senior pranks happen anymore in the building because they Vaselined like the keyboards and everything, and they had to like go and replace a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay,
So
that is fair. That is fair. That is.
Yeah, they kind of fucked up there.
it's
Yeah,
like what
that
happened
was
when like sophomore year the seniors like smoked weed out of the spirit jug, and they got our senior room taken away.
Oh my god! I remember I heard that story where someone put like weed or something in the spirit jug and smoked it, and I was just like, did we lose that one thing?
So the story I heard was that they were, it was like right after the spirit assembly, and I guess some guys took it home and put weed in it and smoked it and came back, and someone figured it out and told the upper people. But then afterwards they were like, all right guys, you're not allowed to have a senior lounge anymore. It's going to be a study center, and it's going to be miserable.
I fucking remember when they got rid of the senior lounge, bro.
Yeah, that was
My
ass.
senior year, dude. I was so pissed because like every lunch it was just two guys just sitting in there talking.
Yeah.
That was it. And I heard that they actually have the senior room back again. Like they put stuff in.
Oh, that
we
is
were told
bullshit.
we couldn't. We were told we couldn't. Like I remember they tried to bring in like a ping pong table, and they were like, "No, you guys aren't allowed to have that."
Wow.
But now with new principal what's his face?
I don't
the new
remember.
guy.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I don't care. So now they have like a TV again and a couch and all this stuff, and I'm just pissed.
Yeah, that makes me pissed too. I didn't have the senior lounge either, which I was kind of disappointed about.
I remember two stories. One of them is with when I had my first online class. It was me and Wesley. Tim, you know Wesley Elliott, right?
Who?
Kind of like a big guy, you know. He was like the. I don't think you know him, but I mean, I could have sworn you've seen him. But yeah, me and Wes we had online classes, and what you could just do is you could just do your shit, and it would be super easy to fly through it, and all he has to do is just make sure you completed it. And so when we would complete it, we would be like, we're done. You have like 40 minutes of class. Can we just walk around? He's like, yeah, go ahead, walk around, just sit in like the lunch table room. You guys have first lunch? I'm like, yeah, we do. So we went and did that. But the problem is the principal thought we were just skipping class. So then that was the day where they were like, when you have a class and you're allowed to leave early, you are not allowed to like go around. You have to stay in the classroom. That's when they enforced that rule. Because that was because me and Elliot were just sitting around doing nothing at like class. And we were just on our phones doing nothing for like 40 minutes.
Oh
Even though
man,
we were supposed to be in
Jacob,
class.
you just reminded me of something. You just because. Oh man. All right, John one day got a little crazy, got a little too genius. All right, and he figured out a good way for us to skip school. Right?
Yes,
Oh,
I remember
no.
this.
Okay.
Yes.
So the first time it was me, John, Diamante. All right, his plan was actually really
Brandon went with
no.
you, didn't he?
This is the first time, not the second time. We don't. I'll get to that, but this is the first time, and it was just me, Diamante, and John. All right, John came up with this idea of skipping school. It was more so the second half of school because this was during lunch when the plan was executed, but it still worked. He noticed that there were seniors that were leaving because they didn't have classes in the afternoon. So he was like, we could just play that off as like, we're seniors, we look normal about it, and we just walk out. And me and Dia were like, okay, but so we did that. We walked out, we jumped through the graveyard, and we were home free. So we had the rest of the day, we just fucked around and shit. I don't know, we went to Dollar Tree, and I don't know, we walked around town. It was really fun. And then a couple days after that, we tried to do it again. It was me, John, Jacob, and my cousin.
And Diamante went.
No, there was no Diamante this time.
Really? I thought.
Yeah,
oh,
no.
that's right, because Diamante didn't come to school that day.
No, he was at school. He chickened out. But
Oh, true.
we made the mistake of bringing fucking Jacob. Okay,
Okay, no,
because
Pause,
his
pause.
bitch ass wouldn't jump the fence to the graveyard.
No,
So we had to
I-
take the longer way around, and by the time we got around to where it needed to be, one of the school people came around, and he was like, "So, what are you guys doing here?" I'm like, "Well, we're trying to have an orgy. You want to join?"
No,
No,
so what
but
happened is we cut down that pathway between the soccer field and the gym, like where you'd go out to the gym outside and everything with the tennis court, that big field, and then there would be the football field, and we would cut between that path. And as we were getting closer to the graveyard, everyone's like, "Do we want to hop the fence again?" And I'm pretty sure someone else besides me said, "No, let's try and just walk this time. I don't want to hop the fence." I think it was Brandon, me, and I think John mentioned it too.
no,
We didn't hop
no.
the fence. I could
You,
have sworn
Jacob,
it was...
you were the only one complaining about hopping the fence. Brandon
I was
did it.
gonna chop it,
All right.
and then everyone's like, "Let's just keep walking." So we just started walking. I'm like, "All right, we'll just keep walking then." And then all of a sudden, I'm like, "Guys, there's a truck coming. It's slowing down," and we're just like, "Oh shit!" I think it was because there was a police officer going to the school as we were walking the other way. I think he reported us to the dean of students. What was his name? He started with a P. He had the glasses and everything. He
Patterson?
was the tall dude. Yeah. He's the one that caught us. And he was like, "I'm glad you guys are being cooperative. I could have had Officer Tim, and he could have, done some things that are not, very cooperative. Like, he could have, like, yeah, grabbed us, threw us in a car and shit like that."
Police
What-
assault.
what-
Police brutality. Police brutality.
What was John's excuse for doing it? I can't remember. what
He
John's
didn't
excuse
have
was.
classes in the second
Okay.
half. That was his
Oh yeah,
excuse.
because it was like the big back and forth of like, "Oh, this year I didn't get any classes second half, so I just thought we would go home." And then he was like, "All right, we're gonna go to your schedule and fix that." I'm pretty sure he got caught. I think Brandon's excuse was like he didn't want to go, and my excuse was like, "I don't fucking want to be here."
My
Like, I don't
excuse
wanna be
was
here.
I didn't feel good.
Yeah, Tim's excuse was this elaborate plan. He goes, "I didn't feel good. I called my mom. She said it was okay to walk home." And they were like, "All right, so if we call your mom and she says that, it's all good." Did they call your mom?
No. So
They did it?
no. The funny thing is, after that whole thing happened, and they had to make the phone calls, they only called me and Brandon. They didn't call
Exactly.
either of you two, which
Yeah, they didn't
that
call
kind
me or
of
John.
annoys
I was
us.
like, what? I was like, why did they call you guys? I
They
think
just
it's
gave
'cause-
up.
Yeah, they just gave up. They were like, they didn't get that far. Who cares? Whatever.
I don't get paid enough to fill up this much
Yeah, I
paper.
don't get paid enough to do this shit. Oh my god, yeah. And I think, oh dude, there was one last story. Fucking, I remember it was we would go outside and go over to the pool. You remember that, Tim, where we'd go there?
Yeah.
And we would, if some people had money, they would get pops and shit like that, and we would just sit outside. That was when it was like nice outside to sit.
Oh man, I miss doing
but-
that.
I think it was Tim and someone else found out you could just lie and say the machine ate your money to get a voucher to get a free pop.
Oh man.
I literally remember that. He's like, "Dude, come here, watch this." We walk in. He's like, we're just standing there. He's like, "All right, I'll be right back." Like 2 minutes go by. He comes back. He's got, watch this. He's got this little paper. I'm like, "What is that?" He puts it in, picks a pop. He gets up. I'm like, how did you do this? He's like, don't do it. I bet it won't. I go, okay. And then he's like, just say that the third machine ate your money. I'm like, okay. And she gives me, I was like, the third machine ate my money. She's like, oh, it happened to you too? Just stop. I'll try and warn people. She gives me a voucher, and I'm like, how did you do this? We exploited that whole thing.
We did.
Year.
Once
We
I found that
exploited it.
out, I became the scammer of scammers, alright? Like, my scamming history goes down from there. After that, I scammed so many people on Facebook. The scammers I scammed, and that's a whole story for another day, but let me tell you what. Let me tell you what.
I think he exploited about like $40 worth of
Dude,
stuff
from doing that, I exploited them at least over $100.
That is, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, dude. It was.
Not
So,
Then
even
they
along-
closed it. Then they closed it because I think someone fought and they were like banging on the machines and then someone broke a window or something. I
No,
can't
they
remember.
didn't. You could still go in there to get popped, but you couldn't like hang out there like
Wasn't
we
it
used to.
COVID? Like after COVID, they were like, no.
Yeah, they
high
were
school students allowed.
strict on that. Yeah,
And
but
after when we were back for COVID, they did not allow you to leave during lunch. Like
Yeah.
Oh, they still don't.
Yeah, fuck, that's so dumb, bro. That's
Those
gay.
assholes.
I remember the day I had to stop my little scam though, because it was just before COVID happened too. I go, I didn't always do it, but it was kind of one of those days. I was like, gotta do it, So I go in there. I was like, yeah, money got stuck, and she's like, your money gets stuck a lot. I was like, almost 2 years of doing this, and now you finally found out. But okay, but I was like, oh, I don't know. Seems like the usual thing. I don't know. And she's like, I'm not going to give you one now. I'm going to check the cameras, and if you're honest, you'll be back here tomorrow. And never went back. COVID happened. Completely forgot about it.
Oh my god, you were like on the verge of getting caught stealing so much fucking money worth, dude. Holy shit, that was so close. About to see Tim get dragged out of the school in cuffs and shit, dude. Oh my god, that
stole
was so
40
close. Holy
3 days in the county jail. For stealing
3 days right before COVID hits, he's about to get fucking arrested, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, let me tell you
Oh.
what. Once he said that, and I walked out of there, I was shitting bricks. I was like, oh,
Dude,
fuck.
because now you're screwed. You should keep that camera. Dude, oh my god. Do you guys remember the, like...
Wait, hold on. I have a story about those vending machines. So, like when I had like a Visa card, because for some reason my folks, like random grandparents, will think like Visa cards are good. So I go to use a Visa card on one of the machines, and it just does not work. So I went in there and I'm like, hey, yo, this thing ain't taking my Visa card. And, I got one of those vouchers and I used it. And I checked my Visa card later. I was out of balance. Like, I just didn't have money on that card.
Oh, that's why. Well, hey, I mean...
And I was just like,
You had the
oh.
best excuse probably out of Tim and me. we would just sit there for 2 minutes and walk in and get a voucher. That's what
You
we
see,
do.
there were some incidents where we actually needed one because something happened to our money.
That
but-
was like on 10% of the time. That
Yeah.
was like super
But there was just
rare.
some days we would walk in and straight to that pool room, or we would walk in, we would just look at the vending machines and be like, hey, so what are we getting today?
Yeah,
Aight.
like what are we
Well, so
getting
what's
today?
today's excuse? I'll be right back.
Dude,
Who's gonna do
I
it today?
remember-
Who's gonna do the heist today? Alright. I'll be right
There
back.
were these. You guys remember? You guys know the group of people who are like the farmers / like smokers and shit like that. You know those types of people.
Yeah.
Fucking.
So yeah, the farmer's wall and the stoner's
Yeah.
wall.
So,
Stoner's
turns out
corner.
that- turns out like there was a couple farmers and a couple stoners. They went into the apparently they went into the fucking vending machine area and they fucking were like, someone put money inside of it and it ate the money but didn't give him a soda, and he got pissed. He fucking punched the window of the vending machine. It shattered.
Oh,
So
God.
what do? They steal all the soda.
Holy
They
shit,
grab
you're
all the
kidding.
soda.
When
they
did this
grab-
happen?
This happened like, I think it was like not even the second year I was there. I think it was like around the second or third year when we were in Skiba's class. Like they punched the glass and it broke. They stole the pop. Like each of them would like bring back their like you know what grandparents do. They bring those like cloth bags to go to the store so they don't have to take plastic ones.
Yeah.
They had those in their trucks. They would come back, fill the bags up, walk out to their trucks like, all right, I'm taking this whole, drop it in their truck. Nothing. They checked the security cameras. Only one guy got busted for stealing it. Apparently, none of them else were on the cameras because they were smart. They stayed outside of the camera's view while they did it, and they had one guy go in and grab the sodas. I thought one guy was stealing the soda. No, it was like 4 or 5 other people stealing soda, dude.
Bro, I don't.
What was his punishment?
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember this.
Yeah, I don't remember this happening at all.
Like, I remember it, dude. It was so vivid because there was that time where we couldn't go in there, Tim, and you remember there was like this, like there was a vending machine missing. Didn't you remember that?
I do not remember that. I really
I
don't
remember we
remember
went
that.
in. I was like, "Hey, where's this vending machine?" It usually has, you know, the Mountain Dew, the Pepsi, the fucking different flavors of Mountain Dew, and we didn't see it. It was just the coffee vending machine and like the water / like random pop vending machine. We were like, "Where's the other one?" And it's like, "Oh, it went out of order," and it turned. And then I felt glass on my shoes, so they didn't get all the glass yet. But yeah, it was just because these farmers lost their money and they got pissed. They broke the window.
Damn,
I was like, bro.
No, I do not remember that at all whatsoever.
I feel like
I
this is something
do.
I should remember. Like,
Yeah,
I would
this is
remember.
something that I would have remembered because it's something
Because
that's so
I remember
big.
it so yeah, it was so huge. I think it was like, I think the reason you guys don't, I think Tim, I don't know if you were there at school that day. I can't remember if you were. I can't remember, but I remember it happening like in the morning. I think it was like somewhere in the morning, and they were just like, they drove to school that day, and it was fucking funny as hell. Yeah, only one person got caught. It was like wild, bro. High school used to be fun back then. Then in the later years, it got worse and worse. It just became
Yeah.
boring.
After COVID, they restricted everything and made everything.
And it was just
Yeah,
like, fuck, there's
after
nothing fun
COVID, everything became a lot shittier in the high school.
Like my senior year was just spent being miserable. Like my entire senior class was just like, damn, everything sucks and we can't do anything because they just say no.
My
And
senior, yeah, you could continue.
and like during graduation when Berryman was like, you guys didn't deserve any of this, you guys should have been able to do all that, and we were all just like all pissed, and we were like, bro, you could have let us do something. You could have like let us have a choice, but no, you were like, no, you guys can't have fun.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
you guys got fucked over big time.
Oh,
I
hell yeah.
remember the original announcement for that, where it was like, oh, so we're just gonna, you know, start spring break 2 weeks early, and like after the 3rd week, you know, you guys will come back. Never came back. Oh,
Yeah.
extended 2 more weeks. Oh, extended a month.
Extended
Oh,
a month.
No more school.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was fucking great. I was like, yes, I don't have to
I was
do
in
anything.
health class and we heard that. I was like, yeah, dude, you know, cool. We get an extended summer break, and then the whole like fucking pandemic shit happened. We were like, ah, fuck.
I enjoyed the pandemic, you know.
I did too.
During
Play
May,
Skyrim.
May was nice because you could walk outside and you could
Nothing.
just walk on the main road. There'd be nobody. All right, the
Yeah,
air
there'd be,
was
like, no
fresh.
cars.
Everything was quiet. It was actually peaceful. It was very nice.
It was actually really. It was like some people were saying it's creepy because people who would walk like to home at night and shit like that would walk around the streets and there's just nobody. It looks like those
Mhm.
horror films where you're like the only one on Earth and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
That's what it felt like. And I did that once, and I was like, dude, this is freaky. Like, I think because we've never been like in our generation, we've never been in that type of situation. You know, it's like it's just something that like, yeah, it's gonna go down in history. But I feel like we might, you know, who knows? There might be another COVID strain, and it might just fuck up the world again.
Yeah,
I
I never
hope
got
so.
to do that. My folks just kind of, I just stayed home the whole time because I didn't have a license yet. Because I was like this close to getting my license before COVID hit,
Oh.
and so I was just like, stuck at home the whole time. So, and I live out in the boonies, so I just remember
Yeah,
taking
bro.
walks that whole time and like never leaving the house and being like, huh, I guess I'm just not leaving the house again. And
And do you remember when we went back to school during COVID and they closed the entire month of November because of the pandemic?
yes, and what the hell?
And then we started referring it to, oh, we're gonna have another November again. Like, that's
Yeah.
what we
No,
do.
no. So it was what happened. It was right after Halloween, and so many people got cases. They closed school for November and December. It was
Yeah,
all the
like-
way through the new year.
Yeah, it was like last 2 months of the year. It was like all closed because of COVID. And then we came back and everyone's just like, yeah, all right. We got refreshed, and everyone's just sitting there like, God damn it, can that happen again? Like, COVID school was miserable, bro.
It
Holy
was,
shit.
Dude, I didn't have anyone in my cohort I actually enjoyed besides like Tim and Brandon. Like,
Yeah, I know, bro.
No, it was on Truman and Brandon. I hate Truman now. He's a fucking bitch. Fuck that asshole.
Truman? Oh yeah, I remember Truman. He was cool, but like, he had some things happen here and there. I remember we were at a school dance and he was freaking out because there's a kid named like fucking Connor or something. He did like a shit ton of drugs before coming to the dance. He's like that senior that just does a shit ton of drugs and just goes to dances and shit. So he's but the problem is Diamante knows Truman because I think they're related, like they're relatives and shit. And Truman's like going around the dance. Holy shit! I gotta find Connor. He's gonna fucking die. Like he's going all AWOL and shit. And then fucking Officer Tim was there and he was like, "Don't worry, Connor's okay. We have him. He's in lockup." It's like, oh, they already caught him. And she was like, "No, you don't get it. He's on so many drugs." It's like, we know. We arrested him for it.
No, he's on ketamine, he's on meth, he's on crack cocaine, right? You don't understand.
We know.
Like, no,
we tested him.
We get it. He's on a lot more than you think.
No.
He even took Viagra.
No!
Oh,
So that wasn't his pen in his pocket.
Oh no! Oh my god! Have you ever seen the fucking police like thing where they have a guy and they were like, "What's this thing right here?" And he goes, "That's my dick. That's your dick. All right, no problem."
I've
seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's so good.
Yeah,
That's
it
your
was
dick.
great.
All right, that's your dick. It's like the cop is just nonchalant about it. All right, that's your dick. Yep.
Nice.
No, so I stopped being friends with Truman after he admitted that he just keeps lying to me about everything, and then he's like, "But bro, you gotta back me up. I know you know I'm lying about everything I say, but you have to trust me and like believe me." And I'm like, "No, fam, I don't roll like that." And so
Why first of all tell your friend that you're lying to you, and then proceed to go, "But hear me out. Listen. It's all a good cause. I'm saving kids in Africa right now, so lying to you helps me."
No. Like one day I was so sick of this bullshit. I went back in front of him. I'm like, "Dude, are any of these stories actually true?" And he's like, "No, I don't actually have a license. I don't actually own a car. I'm just saying all this stuff because I don't feel cool and I want to be cool like you guys. So I'm I keep lying, but I need you to believe me and trust me."
Yes,
like,
because
no.
you and I are the definition of cool.
Yeah. Well, like we always had
Tim
like
wears
stories
an
that he just
anime
didn't. Like bro was boring. He didn't do anything. He just went home and played Xbox. Bro was bland, and so we made up all these stories. And what ended up happening is, one day he was like, "Caleb, if I start dating another girl, I want you to kick me in the nuts." He said this at work. No. So this was like November of last year, and he's like, "Caleb, he just got his heart broke for the 6th time again because he's scraping the bottom of the barrel with a fucking shovel and then attempt to find bitches." And like he's like, "Caleb, I start dating anyone, I want you to keep me in the nuts." And I'm like, "All right, cool, sounds good." I come into work one day, I had already had like a not great day. So, I come in with my aviators on, my dark sunglasses and my slick back hair. And I walk up front, and Hunter's standing there, and he goes, "Yo, Truman's got another girl." And I kind of just turned myself, and I went like this. And I looked at Truman, and he got scared. I ain't even seen that boy scared. And bro came up to me, "Please don't kill, please. I know you made it from a please." Well, here's the weird thing. He wanted me to honor his promise, but he didn't want me to kick him in the nuts. So it was,
so it was a 50-50 of what to do there. You kick him or you don't, man.
So I tortured with him for his entire shift, like all the way up till he was about to leave. He was like he every corner he was terrified. I had to look at him, and he ran. And what ended up happening is, like, towards the end, I was like, "Dude, I'm so sick of your bullshit. It's like every day you come in and you make up some new story, and I back you up, and then you lie to me, and you lie to everyone. And I'm sick of this. I can't take this. I don't want to be friends with you. You're like a really shitty person, and you lie about everything, and I don't want to be friends with you." And he's like, "But Caleb, you're like my best friend, Caleb. Please, Caleb, you're like my best friend. I need friends." And as he was leaving, I was infuriated with him. I was so pissed. He's leaving, and I go, "Have a good day, Mr. Fox," because that's his last name. I didn't even refer to him by his first name. Bro ran out of there. He got so pissed he ran out of the store. It was by far the funniest thing that's happened at work. Because he bolted out of there, and I was like, "Did he leave?" And he's like, "Yeah, he ran out of here. What'd you say to him?" I'm like, oh, I called him by his last name, so I'm not friends with him anymore. And then every week afterwards, he kept like, Caleb, are we friends again? Caleb, are you still mad?
Yeah, like an ex that's like, are we dating again? Can we date again? Or can we date again?
Yeah,
Tim, what are you looking at, bro? I know the skyline is pretty cool, but Jesus, bro, chill.
Yeah, I see the sky over here.
Another 2 hours
Hey,
before.
look, over here.
See the Discord? Do you see the Discord logo right
Yeah,
there? Yeah.
it's Wumpus. He cute. He
Yeah.
cute fella. Like,
No, it looks like. Hey man, that building looks like it could use a Boeing 747.
Next topic.
Next topic.
Hurry.
Do we have anything else to discuss, or do we want to end the show here? Because I
Oh,
got
man.
class in an hour.
Oh yeah, been recording for an hour 10 minutes. I
so
think
that's
we had a lot of good stories. You know, good laughs, good haha. We cried, we laughed, we thought about
We can't
anime
share all of them
titties.
in one show.
All right, before we end the podcast here, let's talk about 9/11 and Bush. and all that
Okay,
stuff.
so
Jesus fucking
Damn it.
Christ.
that was so close.
So close to one normal podcast, and just someone had to mention.
There will
9/11.
never
God
be a
damn it.
normal podcast. I just have to accept fate.
Not when you start the freaking podcast with anime titties, bro. What do you expect?
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks for joining the new Exotic Brotherhood. At Victoria. Oh yeah.
You
Oh
should
yeah.
make a new channel with just upload the podcast there. That's what you should do.
Oh man.
Exotic
Yeah.
Brotherhood. There you go.
I'm still a small YouTuber. I can't make another channel just yet. I have to wait a little bit till until I start making some good money on this channel and I get more of an audience, and then that way I can make another channel, quickly monetize that, and then I just start making channels after channels after channels, and then I just that's what every YouTuber does, you know.
Make a
Oh,
shorts
boy.
channel, they make a Let's Play channel, they make a commentary channel. They do
Yeah, I know.
everything, bro.
I just post everything on my one channel and just call it a day.
That's fair.
That's all you need to
Call it
do.
a day there.
That's all you need
Yeah,
to do.
maybe one day you want to pay me in PS3 games. Although I'm not complaining, but maybe money would be nice one day.
One
All right,
day.
guys. Thanks for
Oh,
joining.
real quick.
the
I want to talk about one thing.
Oh, good.
I like all these Discord scammer people, right? But I'm happy with one of them because you know how you can look at like the YouTuber ratings, like you remember like seeing like how much a YouTuber gets paid and all this other shit. Well, I don't remember the site name, but this Discord person did that, and I was able to see my channel in that state for once, and it's not looking bad. My rating is an average of a C plus, which isn't bad. Me being a smaller channel, that C plus,
pretty
I'm just
average.
I'm
That's
just in the
pretty middle ground.
middle. Yeah, so that's not bad at all. But if I was monetized right now, I could be making $6 to $200 a month right now.
That actually wouldn't be too bad. Jesus.
No.
I mean, the $6 would suck, but
Yeah.
the $200 is pretty good.
And I was
Yeah,
so I decided to explore a little bit, and yeah, it would be about $100 to $200 if I was monetized right now, which is not bad at all.
It's not bad, yeah. Extra cash. Let's go.
Let's go. We
Uh,
get
Oh.
I'm almost able to apply for monetization. Just got to work on the watch hours, which I'm halfway done with. So
That's pretty good.
hopefully in a couple of weeks, we shall
We'll
see.
monetize for a whole 6 hours before someone reports one of our podcasts. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
6 hours.
Why? Because I mentioned Bush and 9/11.
No, because some of the other shit we've mentioned.
Oh, dude, I gotta watch those because that would be funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's all say our goodbyes to the great audience.
Yes,
'cause
Jacob.
this
You want to
will-
say you have any last words?
So about Bush.
Caleb, do you have any last words?
I'm kidding.
Uh,
Like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to Mr. Panda here. He's a fantastic man. He's yeah, as he does his his signature smile. He's got his nice beanie. He's worn that for a long ass time. He's got his nice anime hoodie on. But yeah, like and subscribe. Hit that, ring that bell. Leave a comment, man.
Caleb,
right,
do you have
to
any
the-
last words?
to the 62 people that watch this video over the next month, thanks guys. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment and give us something to work with. Like I want to start reading comments and like interacting with the community.
I
And there's
get
maybe one comment.
I get comments, but on not all videos. Like, I got a comment on a couple videos that I posted a couple days ago. I don't know where I'm going with this. I get comments, but not as much as I would like to. Yeah.
Well, thanks guys for joining us. Thanks for listening to our name bullshit, and we'll have plenty more high school stories to talk about.
Let's go.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the Exotic Podcast today. Hope you all enjoyed this. We're not going to be doing collabs every week. It's going to be something we do here and there on the podcast. If you guys like Jacob, just let us know somehow, and we would try bringing him back. We were supposed to have another person, but that inevitably never happened.
He's a bitch and didn't show.
Hopefully
Yeah.
we can have 4 people instead of 3.
One day.
One
But-
day, yeah.
You know, March, there's going to be a lot more collabs because, one of my challenges for March is to collab with 5 different people that actually have YouTube channels. So,
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see how that goes. I got one on the way, getting ready. So,
Let's go.
yeah.
Let's go.
Alright.
But thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share with a friend that likes, I don't know, anime titties at 9/11. See you guys in the next video.